So, intro to today. A little while ago I got some new Continental tyres, some GP5000s TR Tubeless Ready. Apparently they're not so tight to fit as other Continental GP5000s. They're tubeless ready, as the TR name would suggest, and I'm going to a workshop and a bloke's going to put them on his bike and he's going to review them, so it's not going to be me. The review, as well as the mechanical work, is going to be done by an AFL player, well, a former AFL player. Ryan O'Keefe, I did an interview with him not so long ago. We bumped into each other in the park. He told me about his love of cycling, which I was very well aware of. I've never done a tubeless fit myself because I just don't have an air compressor and I don't like to get covered in goo, and there's mechanics who can do the job really well. But Ryan says, no, I'll do it. I've done it before and I'll do it again, and I'm a total tubeless convert. So he's going to put these tubeless tyres on his bike. I'm going to go to his place, we're going to film him doing it, and then we'll, in a little while's time, after he's been riding on them, we'll get his thoughts on the 25mm Continental GP5000 TRs. There you go. How's that for a plan? I think it sounds really good. To any viewers from outside Australia, AFL is Australian Football League, and it's unreal. And Ryan was a superstar in that game, and he retired a few years ago, and now he's a full gas bike rider. I'm at Ryan O'Keefe's place and we're going to fit some tubeless tyres to his Cadex wheels, and before we do that I thought I might just get Ryan to give us a quick overview of his experience with road bike tyres, because yes, he's known for his AFL and I think we've covered that base, but let's just consider him a bike rider now, and he's going to go through a little overview of his experience with tyres and to give you some background before he rips into using the Continental GP5000 TR. Here he is.
Yeah, Rob, good to see you again. Yeah, probably know more about bike riding now than I do footy, to be honest. Yeah, it has been a passion of mine for a long time, and really into bikes and all the stuff about it, and I've been lucky to ride giant bikes for many years and use their wonderful bikes and wheels and everything like that. So I've been pretty lucky and do plenty of Ks, so I know what works and what doesn't, and talking to other riders in the bunch all the time, it's always good to pick everyone's brain, especially riders that are a lot more experienced than me and handy, and some of the mechanics and stuff like that. And we talk after our rides, talk about equipment and tyres and that sort of stuff, and really excited about the tyre manufacturers and how now they're accommodating the hookless rims, and most of your top line wheels like the Cadex wheels, they're all hookless rims, so not the traditional tubeless clincher are suitable for them now. And I think Conti are one of those companies that sort of saw the writing on the wall in the future of wheel manufacturing and said, well, we better get on board. So they're hookless rim compatible, so let's see how they go.
What were you using up until these came along?
I just took the giant tubeless wheels off these, but I've tried a few. I've heard really good things about the GP5000s, and seems like if you read up on all Conti stuff, that these are even better than the 5000s. Yeah, so I think they've got a bit more sidewall protection, reinforcement, so it can bead to the hookless rims. So really keen to see how they fit and see how they roll. I've been using a 25, but these are a 25. So I've still been 25. Might play around with 28. Obviously, the internal rim on these are 19.5 centimeters. So that obviously that's the new trend too, with the wheels getting a bit wider, so you can run 28s up to 30, 32s.
You were telling me you're pretty used to the low pressures. Can you just give me your weight, if you don't mind?
80 kilos, and so with the 25s probably running around the 73, 75 psi. With the 28, you probably even go down into the 60s, like a 68, around that sort of pressure. Yeah, wider and lower pressures seem to roll really well. The rolling resistance is really good. They handle nice, they corner really well. So it's good to see that there's continual advancements in this part, and I think the tyre and the wheels are the things that's connected to the ground, and if it's rolling smooth and better grip and better corner and better handling, it makes it a lot more safer and enjoyable. Feels light, sort of compared to a couple of others. I've used Pirellis as well, so feel light already. So we'll take them out of the box. I usually have a rotation arrow, tell you which way to put them on. It's always the last place to look. It just sits on the left hand side, so the tyre's going to go there, so we want the rotation arrow to go that way.
Now, the big talking point for the Continentals has been that they're traditionally a wrestle to get on the wheel.
Let's see.
So we'll see how it goes.
There we get him. It's nearly there.
Bit of a wrestle or pretty standard?
Oh, pretty standard for a new tyre. So I usually get it on, get it seated for a bit, and then sort of let it sit for a bit. So, and then, I don't know, give it a couple of hours or whatever. If you don't need to ride it, sit it and then put the seal in a bit later. Becoming a bit of a wrestle now.
You need some levers? You usually do levers?
I've got levers if I have to.
There we go. Well, if that was easier, I'd hate to see what the TLs are like, because apparently the TLs are the ones that are really stubborn, and these are a lot easier. So the tyres have got a little dot here.
Oh, yeah.
And that,
2 little dots.
when that vanishes, the suggestion is replace your tyres.
Which is good. It's a great idea. I think a lot of manufacturers are doing that now, so you can sort of say, oh, is my tyre wear or not? See, they start to square off. Or I think a lot of people don't turn their tyres over enough, and general little sign, even with tubeless tyres. I've been running tubeless tyres for many years now. That once you start to get a few more holes and little leaks, and then it doesn't seal as easy as it usually does at sort of time.
Yeah.
That you can see it's all wearing out.
How long do you usually get out of a pair of tyres? What are you expecting from these, for example?
I don't know. You'd think at least 5,000 k's out of them. And depending on the roads, like the country roads are a bit harsher than say a lot of the smoother city roads. Depends on various things, but I'd hope around that 5,000 k mark.
Have you got an air compressor, and you always use the track pump?
Use that, and if all else fails, just get a CO2 canister. That's the 80 psi, so just let it.
That's fuss free?
Yeah. You can just feel the compound too. It's quite a soft, supple tyre. Very interesting. They feel fast, if that makes sense. But pretty good. Obviously, yeah. See how they roll. Yeah, I just let them sit for a while now. Obviously, won't be doing any riding today, so I just let them sit, and then maybe a bit later Savo, I'll just put the sealant through the hole, and do it up, and away we go.
All right. Well, Ripper, that was tyre fitting made easy by Ryan O'Keefe, and next time we're talking to him, we'll find out how they ride.
Yeah, I've been using the Muck-Off sealant. I found that really good out of all. It really plugs any little hole. It generally stays pretty liquid in the tyre. Doesn't sort of dry up and coagulate a bit. So that's been, the muck off has been pretty good sealant so far. Just when it does squirt a leak, you get a nice purple pinkish little spray. But at least you know where it is. You give it a good wipe. But yeah, we'll see how this goes.
All right. Hey, thanks very much. You'll bang the rear wheel on, and then we'll see you after a few hundred Ks, I'd say.
Yep.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Next time we'll talk while we're on the bike, and we'll get you to describe the sensations.
Yep. Perfect.
Beauty. Thanks, man.
No worries. So it also shows you the pressures that run for hookless compared to hook. So yeah, with the hooked rim, max PSI of 109 compared to a hookless max of 73 PSI. So
Yeah.